Hello, everybody here, and welcome to Trading Within the Box on September 28, 2023 here at in the afternoon here at 1:30 p.m. First of all, this is not a recommendation to buy, hold, sell, or solicitation to buy, hold, or sell any Forex futures or equities or options. This is an educational video only. If you'd like to purchase options or stocks or any kind of equities in the stock market, please contact a licensed professional or the brokerage house of your choice, and they will help you there. Okay, so today we're going to go over some stuff, and first of all, with the market, remember I told you we are going to get a bounce here at one point because remember the shorts have to cover to make their money. Okay, so our internet's a little slow today here, so just bear with us. Okay. Also, please like, subscribe, and share my channel if you can. If you like the content here and if this helps you out, hopefully this could help you out. Okay, so we got some people talking about the market, what's going on with the markets. We come to the support level right here, okay, at the let's say the 427, we were at 422.83-ish. Right now it's 427.91 on the S&P 500, the SPY, which is the ETF of the S&P 500 here. Let's go over quickly to the 2-hour chart, and right now we do have a little bit of covering, okay? So we want to wait for the retest W, okay? We always want to wait for the retest W because we don't know. Right now we have covering. This is what this is. This is covering at support, okay? We knew it was going to happen. We're watching it closely, and this is what we see. Let's go back to the daily chart, okay? Let's go to a line chart. Now, what we're looking at here is, let's just get rid of the VWAP here, okay? So I don't confuse everybody here. Okay. So right now, okay, this is the blue line right here is the line chart, and we're going to see what's going to happen. Now we have more sellers than buyers so far. See the buyers? This is not completed yet, but let's say we get up here today, okay? Look at the buyers and then look at the sellers, okay, as we're coming down. We don't have good volume like we did as we were going up here. See it increasing? And then we had solid volume up in there. We have low volume, okay? And we have low to moderate volume, okay? So we want to get one of these things, and then we could start heading up. Or this is what's going to happen. We're going to get the snapback right here with lower volume, come up, and then boom, the shorts are going up. Now, will it hold once it comes back here? If it breaks, we're going to go lower, okay? And we'll just keep following this down, okay? On the S&P 500, we always like to see how many peaks we have as we come down. So let's see it. Okay, let's call this 1. Okay, let's call this 2. So we may not be done here coming down. Okay, we will know as we start coming down. See, when you came down in this area right there, okay, and then you had the step, and then you had the break step right there. You had low volume in this area, then you had increasing selling volume as you were coming down to support again. Okay, so that's something that you want to look at and watch closely. Okay, so let's keep looking at the market. How are we going to know what's happening as we keep watching? Let's go to the banks. Let's go to the banks, and let's see what's happening here. Now, with the banks, on the XLF, which is the bank basket, okay, let's go to a 45-minute chart, and then right here, come off support. Okay, it came right off support. Remember, this little void here is as pre-market and aftermarket. We have stochastic pulling all the way down. We're going to wait for it to pull all the way down, and let's see if it holds. Now, if it holds and it starts going up, we start getting an increase in volume. We got a little bit of a trend coming, a small trend coming here. Now, the trend, what is the trend going to be? We don't know, obviously, but this is what it could be. They always come back to what? Where they sold off last, okay? So what do? Let's draw a little imaginary line here, okay? So let's see if it comes back up to this area here and then stops, or the moving average comes here. The 20 will follow it down. It could come up to here, then fail. Now, if it holds right there back again at the support level or higher, and then we got the engulfing, we're off to the races, okay? I mean, just for a trade. We're not, this is not a holding or anything like that, okay? So that's what we want to look at. Now, the SMH, on the other hand, has good volume coming off the bottom here. So it's a little bit of a different situation. Now look at the W. We are under moving average. We got the retest W here. Now as we look at the volume, okay, we got the retest W right there. See it? Okay, we could fail. Okay, right here. We have decent volume though coming up into this spot. It would have to come up, it would have to fail, and then it would have to start getting above the moving average, and then we start going up. Let's see what happens there. How we will know also, like I always say, we go on to the lower time frame, and you'll see it popping up. Now, when you look at the 2-hour chart, okay, you're going to be hitting resistance in this area, and you've got to come back to the moving average, let's say. Okay, let's come back to the moving average, and then we start retesting this again. When you look at the SMH and you move over to the 45-minute chart, what do you see? Okay, so as we were coming down, we were saying this the other day, there was no buyers home, okay? Now what do? We got a higher low, okay? We have a higher low on the 45-minute chart with covering here, okay? Now we get close to, we don't get to the resistance area on the 45, but we start to pull back. Let's see if it holds, and then boom, we come back up, okay? Now that's something that we want to see what's going to happen. Okay, right now the volume, if you bring the chart back, you'll see when we came back, you'll see it in this area where we started coming off the bottoms here, and then you'll see it, you can see it here. Okay, let's measure it. Okay, let's kind of measure where we were at. So, okay, so we do have decent covering volume. Okay, so we have decent covering volume. So we're trying to get all the clues to put it together to see. Now we do have a little bit of a W, but we could still be in a downtrend on the SMH. Okay, so we had one, let's say call it 2, and let's say we'll call it 3. So let's see what happens here. Let's see if it fails, then comes back. Now if it comes back with lighter volume, and then boom, we got the engulfing, then we know we're going to be off to the races for another trade up. Okay, so we have the lower lows, but then we come back up, and then we could come up to this area and then fail. Okay, so let's see what happens there. Okay, this is a broken market right now, as you can see. Okay, really fast, Apple, just want to show you something really quick. This is a bull market. Okay, this is a bull market. Okay, when you see this run, this type of a run, that's a bull market. Okay, that's Apple, okay, when it was in the bull market mode. This kind of stuff, whipsaws is broken, okay? That's broken market, okay? That's a broken market. So there's some kind of a rot in the market at that point, okay? Obviously, we don't know exactly what it is, but IWM, we know that the economics, with the high inflation and everything like that, it's going to be all over the place. We're not going to have a clean market here. But it is a trader's paradise, right? As we go along. Okay, hit the wrong thing. Sorry, IWM. Now, IWM, we're still down below the moving averages, so we would still be short as we go into this area, unless we get this kind of thing. And then we start changing trend, okay? So that's something that we're going to have to look at. Now, as we look at we go down to the 45-minute chart, we want to see the volume. Okay, so let's watch the volume on the IWM as we're bouncing, okay? And we want to see after today, let's see what kind of volume we're getting. Now, we have a mixed bag a little bit. We don't know for sure, but let's see as we're going into these areas, okay? We had good volume, okay? Remember that. We had good volume. So we could actually trend right up to this spot right here at the 180.84. Right now we're at 177.36 on IWM for a bounce, okay? I'm not saying that we'd still be under the moving average here, going down, okay? So that's something that we have to watch and look at, okay? So we can still be in that downtrend, okay? Let's go to UNH because that's something that we've been following. And on UNH, now, the trade was down here. Remember, we had mentioned it last week or the week before, and we were watching this, and look how we had started getting the high lows, and then we had the beautiful engulfing. We got in right around here, okay? So, boom, we come. Now, we know right here we're in resistance. We were saying this the other day about resistance in UNH. What were we saying? That we went up there, we wanted to see what is it going to test with? What kind of volume? So when we went in on September 25th, 2023, we came in with 2.759, almost 2.76 million shares pushing up, okay? Now, let's see what today comes in at, okay? Now remember, things could change. They could start buying this again, and we start getting engulfing with good volume, and we start breaking out, okay? Let's see exactly what's going to happen. Remember, you're in a supply area right now. What? Okay, so don't be surprised. You have a reversal candlestick right here. Now, if this candlestick starts to sell off, we get a reversal here. Let's say we get an M formation, and then we get some trading downwards, okay? Or moving average comes back. We just move back to the moving average with lighter volume. We drift back, and then boom, we're back off to the races to make another run at the swing points, okay? And those were, on August 7th and July 26th. We'll make a run towards that, okay, again. Okay, so that's something on UNH. Let's look at the volume, okay? So as we're going into that area, remember Richard Dawson, I always say, he was one of the greatest game show hosts of all time. What he used to say, survey says what? Okay? Lower volume as we're going into that area. So I'm not convinced, okay? Look at the volume as we were going up into those spots, okay? Now look at the volume going into the supply area, okay? Now we come back, we shoot up with good volume. Now we're coming back with lighter. Let's see. We make another run to see, okay? Let's see if it makes another run towards 518.17, okay? And it could very well do that, because why? Now, I don't love the volume so far up here, okay? I don't love the volume. But if we stretch it out and we just pay attention to it today, we came up with some volume. Now we're coming back with lighter volume. Now, this could hold, and then it starts going up. Then we make the run to 518. Now, let me show you another thing here, okay? If it does this, and then boom, we get the engulfing the sell, we start to break, okay? And we get, let's say, some higher volume, selling volume right there, okay? So that could very well happen too on as we're looking at the UNH, okay? So as we look at UNH, that's what we're looking at, okay? So let's go to Apple really quick. Let's go to Apple really fast here. And as we look at Apple, okay, now we're at support, okay, again. So we had the break, we broke the consolidation, okay? Trading within the box right here, what? Okay, let's get the different color out. Trading within the box right there, okay? What had happened? We had the break step, okay, with good volume, okay, as we broke the area. Now there's support right in this spot here. So now look at this. Put your chart back, okay? Put your chart back and let's see where we're at. Okay, we're right into the gap, from this area right here. Okay, let's just see, right here, okay? So we're at a support area and we're right into that gap up. And what do you see as it comes into where? The high volume stick. They're magnets. It always, not always, but most of the time comes back into those areas, okay? So on Apple, if we go over to the 2-hour chart, let's go over the 2-hour chart, and what do we see? Right, we go slam right into the moving average and we fail, okay? So that's something that is weak, okay? We're still slamming into the 2-hour chart, and then we fail again. Let's see if this holds. Okay, this can hold and go like this, and then we start to get a little bit of a bounce back. Now, let's just see something here. Okay, so that's something on the 45-minute chart. Let's look at the volume. Okay, now we're not convinced because we've got decreasing volume as we're going up. This is along the weak side. So let's go over to a 4-hour chart and see. So we come back, and then let's say we come up to this area right here. We got the moving average still moving down. We test this area. Now, if we test with lighter volume, we could start basing, okay? So that's something that we're going to be looking at as we look at Apple, okay? Let's see how much time we have. Okay, we have about 10 more minutes here. Okay, so Caterpillar. Okay, now Caterpillar, you come off the bottom. Okay, here's another one. And what happens here? Okay, you came off of support. Okay, now you come up and you got the 20-day moving average right here. Okay, you're slamming into it. Okay, you're slamming into it. Let's go over to see what the line chart is doing. Okay, now on the line chart, we have a weak W, we have a sideways W. We want to see if we're going to get this type of a thing. Okay, and then up, or are we going to get this type of thing where we get this and then boom, and then let's see it right here what happens right in that spot. Will they buy off of there, or will they dump it off of there? Okay, how you will know is also you'll be watching the volume. Now on Caterpillar is always very strong. Okay, so let's look at Caterpillar as far as volume goes. Okay, so I always look at, we're into the gap area. Okay, where the last time in this area, look at this spot right here. Okay, what had happened? Okay, that's where it jammed up to, and it moved back into it, this area right here. Okay, and then came off of it. Okay, now what's happening again? It's coming off it again, because they know that there's buy area right here in this gap. Okay, where this monster volume stick is. Okay, right in that spot. Now we're right at resistance right now. Okay, we're right in resistance. Trading within the box would have been what? From here to here. From there to there. Okay, so came off support. You know, you got resistance right there, trading within the box. Okay, so that's something that you're going to have to look at as we look at the 45-minute chart on Caterpillar. What do we see, though? Okay, so we have a little bit of a, you know, we had bounced up. Okay, we had the higher low. Okay, we had the resistance area. We had a resistance area here. And what happens? We break up and above. So now this becomes new support right in this spot. So let's see what happens if they start to buy off it again. And then we go up. Let's just see. Let's see. Okay, we could get to 282.57, but we have to see the volume. Okay, we have to see the volume. Caterpillar is always one of those deals where once you get the volume, you're going. Okay, because you got, you know, you got good volume here. Okay, now as you're coming into this area right here at, you gotta be very careful right in this area, 277.81. Right now it's 275.64. So we got some pressure right there. We got pressure because we got the gap down right there. Okay, right in that spot. So that's something you have to be careful. And that's why they're taking profits there, as you can see. Okay, now let's go over to Costco. Okay, Costco, another powerful stock. Okay, one of the most powerful ones in the stock market. Okay, and what about Costco? You come in and you have a huge velocity candlestick. Okay, a monster right here, and that was on September 27th. Okay, we're on a 2-hour chart right now. Okay, we got a little bit of a sideways move right here, and we get the engulfing. Okay, we got the sideways move, and then we get the engulfing. Now, right up in this spot, I'm not convinced so far. Okay, right now. Okay, let's go over to the 45-minute chart on Caterpillar, and we have a sideways consolidation here. So now what are we looking for? We're looking for a pop. Okay, a pop to 575.49. Right now, 569.03. Okay, right here on September 28th. Okay, so that's something that we're going to be watching. Okay, let's go to the weekly chart. And on the weekly chart, you see some strength, okay, heading up with a capitulation candlestick with the weekly chart heading up, okay, and it's stronger than the market. Look how it was stronger than the market as the market was going down on Costco, okay. So that's something that you're going to be watching, okay. We just said what we were going to be watching for, okay. Right now, you're going into the supply area. So let's see if we can break up and above. How you'll know is, look at this volume that it came in. 4.59 million shares, and that was on September 27th, yesterday, okay? And what are you going into? 1 million, and then you're going into 1.48 million. So we got some strength coming on here. We could have a breakout coming here, okay? We could have a breakout. Right now, we're resistance. We don't know yet. We get that breakout, we go to 579.68, okay? So that's something that you want to look at. It's something you really want to look. You can get the pullback, you get a gift, and you got a little bit of a pullback, and then boom, you're off to the races again. Okay, that's something that you're going to have to be watching, okay, on Costco. Now, let's get to it because we only have about 5 more minutes. Amgen. Now, on Amgen, again, you hit into the resistance area 2 times. Now, what are you coming up into it with, okay? So you came up with 3.576 million shares, 2.43 million shares on September 21st. Now, yesterday you come in with 2.3 million shares. Let's see if this is gonna do this type of a thing. Come, bang, off support, and we hold them when we retest again. Let's see what happens if we get some volume. Get up to 273.65 possibly, okay? So that's something that we're going to be watching closely too. On Home Depot, remember what I said. Now on items like this, when you have stocks coming straight down and we have no covering for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days, okay, you're due for the covering at support right there. Okay, you're due for the covering. So you're due for the covering to come up possibly to 312.92. You're at 303. We're still in a downtrend though here, okay? Okay, so let's watch the 45-minute chart, okay? And Home Depot was weak, but what's happened? We're crawling, okay? We're crawling here. We have good volume, not good volume, but we okay volume right at the area where the bounce was, okay? You have a little bit of a high low, you come up and above right there, okay? Right in that area, and let's see if we hold, and then we start heading up again, okay? And let's see if we can get a little, this is going to be a snapback, okay, on Home Depot. We don't have any trend changing or anything like that. But all these shorts have to make their money back, so they got to buy it back. So that's why we're talking about, we're looking for the bounce. Goldman Sachs, we head over to Goldman Sachs, and what do we look at Goldman Sachs? Of course, remember what I said, you're right in the buy area. Now, you're right in the buy area for Goldman Sachs. Let's go over the 2-hour chart, and what do we see? We see covering, but we get no convincing of anything else. Okay, so let's see. Coming off the bottom, but still weak on Goldman Sachs. Okay, 45-minute chart, weakness, okay? So Goldman Sachs is at support, but we have a little weakness, okay? Let's see what they do if they start buying off this area, and then Goldman starts to do this, comes down, boom, hits that moving average, retests again, and then boom, we start heading up again, and we test this area, and then what is my trading channel all about? Trading within the box, okay? So you'd be trading within the box at that point. Really quick here, because it's only a few more minutes. Let's go over to GDX. Now gold and GDX making new lows from the other day. Wanted to see if we're going to hold this area right in this spot, okay? And what do? We break step, okay, below. Now, that doesn't mean anything, okay? It shows weakness, okay? But what do we call it? The green line that I drew right here, right there. What is that? Okay? That's a major buy area, okay? A major, so right now you're at 2684. Let's see if they're gonna bounce this, okay? We're at major support area. You're basing right now, okay? So what does that show you? That there could be possibly a bounce here, okay? Now, if we base and we get the break stuff, we go lower, this is going to be very weak. Right now, I don't see good volume here yet, but that could always change, okay? That could change on a dime in this market, okay? This is one of those types of markets where 2 days later, and then you're up here, okay? So that's another item area that you want to look at. Tesla, let's go really quick. And then Tesla, you're coming right into the support area right here. Why? Somebody says, well, how is that a support area? Look at this monster right here. Okay? That's where they bought off of. Okay? Then we had the pennant formation, and then boom, we came right back in, and we slammed up to resistance. Now, they always come back to those high volume sticks, right? And it did. What did it do? Came right down to this spot where it bought off of, okay? So they always come back to those spots, okay? Now, again, right here, you're at support, okay? Let's go to a line chart on Tesla, and let's see right now, okay, we're still under the moving average. Let's go to a 45-minute chart to check the volume. And what do we got going on here, okay? We have a covering, okay, but it's not strong. So let's see what's going to happen there as the days go by here. We could get this kind of thing. Remember, you still got some massive sellers here. And then we come back and then we get the head and shoulder possibly, okay? It's very possible we get the head and shoulder, okay, formation, okay? TLT really quick, which is the 20-year Treasury bonds. And as you can see, we just broke into the support area, okay? Very weak with the bonds. We go over to the dollar, okay, the U.S. dollar. Okay, and the dollar, they've been strengthened. Now, this is a very strong run for the dollar, okay, since July 17th to July 26th, okay? And then right when it got over this area right here, what happened? We had a solid run, very strong. Every time, so now when you get a solid run like that, you know, gold is going to pull back, okay? And gold is going to be getting ready for a beautiful run over the next month or 2 or 3, okay? So right now you're getting a gift on gold for a discount. You're getting a gift. This is a gift on gold, okay, coming. Okay, now on the U.S. dollar, you see every time it moves to the moving average, they buy. They buy. Moves to the moving average, they bought. Moves back to the 20-day, they bought. So it's a trend, okay, right? Comes back to the moving average, bought. Back again, bought. Back again, bought, okay? Now you're up, and let's see what it comes back here, and they buy again, and they retest this 30-12. Right now, 29.76 here today, okay? So that's something that you're going to look at, and you're going to keep watching. Okay, so that's, we're going to wrap this up here because we went over our time here. But copper also very weak, okay? The metals are weak right now. So that's something that you're going to have to keep watching, and they're going to be great buys. Look at silver. Silver basing again at the buy area, right? Look, right here, they bought right there, they bought right there, and here's another buy area. Okay, look at silver, okay? And this is what they do, right there, off there, okay? And look at silver. What is silver? Trading within the box. With that said, I want to thank everybody for coming. Thank everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel, and have a wonderful day, and happy trading for everybody.